Am I on the internet? Am I streaming live? What's happening? Holy crap, I'm live on the internet. That's crazy. Welcome everyone. My name is Mr. Constitution. We're trying something new today. Just farting around on a Friday. So thanks everyone for showing up to the stream. If you like what you see here, please hit the like, leave a comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Hey, I have someone actually watching. What's up, Mike? So, doing a live show today because honestly, editing is really cumbersome. And so, we're doing it live today. Now, the interesting thing is live shows have like a delay. So, as I'm recording, I'm seeing chat come up. And what's up, Mike? Thanks for being my very first live viewer. You're awesome, bro. Anyway, so here we go. Great show. I've got some interesting things to talk about today. I may have prematurely gone live here because I don't know if I'm completely set up for everything. So here we go. Big news coming out of the FBI, the Department of Justice yesterday with, yep, that's what I thought. What? Okay, we're back. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no clue what I'm doing. Hold on while I get my browser set up here. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. With no safety net here, people. Here we go. Here we go. Alrighty. Alright, let's make some adjustments here. Bum, bum. Cool. Whoa. Cool. Let's adjust that down there. Alrighty. Alrighty. So, anyway, so interesting things coming out of the Department of Justice yesterday. Merrick Garland personally approved the raid on Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. Personally approved. How nuts is this? Our government is out of control, people. Our government is out of control. We're just gonna raid a former president. It's no big deal. From the Los Angeles Times, Garland personally approved Mar-a-Lago search and moves to unseal Trump records warrant. Now, they're only doing this because of the uproar that this has caused. They have kicked a beehive and they're rushing to try to cover face. Merrick Garland here is scared crapless over what has happened in this fiasco of a search. So let's continue on. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't want to pay for this. Okay, whatever. Close. Okay. So, the Department of Justice is moving to unseal the search warrant and itemized receipt that was taken from former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence earlier this week, Attorney General Merrick Garland said Thursday in his first public comments since the FBI search was conducted. Now, you know for a fact there is no way they would be releasing this. There's no way he'd be making this statement if there hadn't been an uproar. And this is the thing. Our government is supposed to be transparent. We should know what our government is doing. The whole idea of a sealed warrant is crazy to me. Why isn't this public record? Why does it have to be unsealed? That should be the default. You should have to move to seal it. Okay? You should have to go through a procedure to seal a record, not unseal it. That's crazy. It's crazy, okay? In an extraordinarily unusual... It is extraordinarily unusual for the Justice Department to comment on an ongoing investigation, especially one involving such a high-profile person, and Garland did not take questions from reporters. The motion to unseal the warrant was filed as he spoke. The warrant can't be unsealed without a judge's approval. So you need a judge's approval to get a warrant, and you need a judge's approval to unseal a warrant. So what happens if, there's some embarrassing stuff here? What happens if, a judge probably shouldn't have issued a warrant? What happens then? Then the judge has no real reason to unseal it. He's incentivized actually to keep it secret. This is ridiculous. Garland indicated he was driven to act due to misinformation. The dreaded misinformation that was circulating about the search. I see. So the misinformation, i.e. the rumors that the FBI literally asked Trump's lawyers to leave the estate while they conducted the search, that they allegedly demanded that security cameras be turned off while they do the search. This is, misinformation. Sure, yeah. The cry of the tyrant. Oh, this is all misinformation. This is all a lie. The department filed the motion to make public the warrant and receipt in light of the former president's public confirmation of the search, the surrounding circumstances, and the substantial public interest in the matter. Garland said, the FBI did not disclose the day-long search of Trump's Florida estate. Trump announced it had occurred in a statement that referred to a court-sanctioned search as a raid, inflaming many on the far right who had accused the FBI and adjustments of becoming politicized. It's not an accusation at this point. Never in American history have we ever seen a current Department of Justice serve a warrant on a former president. That is nuts. We've never seen that in history. This is Banana Republic stuff. Okay, this is what happens in places like Africa, where governments aren't really legitimate. Okay, this is stuff we see in third world countries, where a new dictator wants to demonize and persecute his predecessor. It's nuts. So yeah, that's just dumb. They're also supposed to leave us alone unless we actually need them. 100%, Mike. Yeah, freaking ridiculous. Yeah, and people wonder why we don't trust our institutions. It's nuts. It's crazy. Trump's legal team has acknowledged having the warrant and receipt in its possession since Monday's search, but has not provided specific details on the contents of the documents. It's not their job. It is not the job of the accused, of the person receiving the warrant, to disclose that information. That's not their job. So they could, but it's not their job. Our government is the one responsible for making sure what it's doing is proper. And we hold it accountable. This is so freaking crazy. So basically, the unsealing process can be opposed by Trump. Trump can say, "No, I don't want this. I don't want this opposed. I don't want this unsealed," which is nuts. So Trump issued a statement that said, basically, not only will I not oppose the release of documents related to the un-American, unwarranted, an unnecessary raid and break-in of my home in Palm Beach, Florida, Mar-a-Lago, I'm going a step further by encouraging the immediate release of those documents, even though they have been drawn up by radical left Democrats and possible future political opponents who have a strong and powerful vested interest in attacking me, much as they have done for the last 6 years, Trump said. And that's really the story of the Trump presidency. The Trump administration has been mired in apparently baseless accusations. We had Russiagate, nothing burger. We had Ukrainegate, nothing burger. We had January 6th right at the end, which is still ongoing, and which, if you've been watching and paying attention to, you can see it is political theater. It is completely political theater. Now, were there bad actors on January 6th? Probably. I don't know. Who knows what really happened there? Because the January 6th Commission is all just political show. There's nothing real coming out of this. So why should we trust anything that's coming out of it? It's ridiculous. And now we see another unwarranted, we see another attempt. They are scared to death of this man. They are afraid that he's going to run again. They're afraid that he's going to win. And now that he's seen in his first term, he didn't really do a whole lot against the deep state. He worked against it. There were some problems, and he made some progress. But the administrative state still remained pretty much intact after his presidency. And now they're coming after him because they're scared. They're scared to death that he could win again. And this time his eyes are open. And he is going to clean house. There was an article a few days ago that he was seriously considering firing lots and lots of people. They're scared to death of him. They're scared to death of him. So, it's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. This season of... We're doing it live, people. Freaking cat. Ooh, boy. Okay. What is this? Close this. I don't want this. Okay. Ow, she scratched me up pretty good. All right. So, yeah. This is nuts. Everyone knows it's nuts. This is just insane. All of this is because he has documents that he may not supposed to have. Now he's been in negotiations with people with the National Archives about what he has and what he shouldn't have and all of this, and he has complied with every time they've asked for documents back. He's given them back. But the FBI decided, we should raid him and make sure he doesn't have any documents he shouldn't have. Come on. This is all just an attempt to once again make him look bad and cause more problems. The article goes on to talk more in detail about the issues going on here. It's honestly kind of just more of the same. People just we're not really sure what's happening. Blah 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 blah. No one. Yeah, it's oh man. Our government's insane. Our government's insane. Oh man. Anyway, let's edit the name of this live stream here. Let's see. Trump news. Merrick Garland admits to personally approving FBI raid. Why am I doing this so early in the morning? This is nuts. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all having a great day. Getting started for your day. It's Friday, my dudes. It is Friday. Thank goodness, man. I'm ready for the weekend. Ready for the weekend. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, we'll save that for now. Alrighty. Well, now, obviously the FBI raid has stirred up a lot of contentions. There's a lot of people causing a lot, talking out about, government overreach and all kinds of things. But it's also stirred up some probably not great things. Yesterday, in Ohio, a man armed apparently with an AR-15 tried to breach an FBI building, and is now dead because of it. So this story out of Cincinnati, local news here. Armed suspect who tried to breach Cincinnati FBI building dead after standoff, police say. Now, this article goes on to kind of explain a situation that happened yesterday where a man tried entering an FBI building, flashed an AR-15, and then started shooting at people with a nail gun, apparently. It's some really weird things going on here. And there's a lot of people out calling this a false flag, saying, this is, the timing's too convenient, that this is just an attempt to make right-wingers look bad and look violent. I'm not so sure. Because apparently, according to this source, the man did have an account on Truth Social, Trump's social media network, where he was posting some things. So, let's see. Where was the last thing? Here we go. On August 11th, 2022, at approximately 9:15 a.m., an armed male subject attempted to breach the visitor screening facility at the FBI Cincinnati field office. The subject eventually fled and was encountered by the FBI, Ohio State Highway Patrol, and local law enforcement near Wilmington, Ohio. The subject shot at law enforcement officers. During the incident, law enforcement also fired their weapons. At approximately 3:45 p.m., the subject was shot and is deceased. The FBI is now reviewing this agent-involved shooting. The FBI takes all shooting incidents involving our agents or task force members seriously. In accordance with FBI policy, the shooting incident is under investigation by the FBI's Inspection Division. The review process is thorough and objective and is conducted as expeditiously as possible under the circumstances. So, some bad news. If this is someone on the right, if this is someone who has who's on our team, this is not acceptable. Here's the thing, guys. Fascists need our violence to justify theirs. The best way to deal with fascists is to just not comply. Just don't comply. Make them use force. Make them use force. Don't use force of our own. I'm not saying there isn't a time for armed revolution. We're not there yet. But we're moving there. So we need to watch very carefully, because this is not something we want. The first American Civil War was the most destructive war America has been in. And if we use the same kind of casualty rate for the Civil War and kind of adjust it for our current population, we'd be looking at millions of dead people, and this is not what we want. Okay, we want to hold our government accountable. Absolutely, we do. But civil war and violence is not the way to do it. Because our violence will be used by fascists to justify their violence. That is how every fascist regime works. Just a small little incident. And you know that if this is a right-wing person, that this is going to be trotted out by the media constantly. Constantly. Because they want us, this is what they want. If you turn violent, this is exactly what they want. Because then they can just point at you and say, yep, they're violent. We're totally justified in oppressing them. We're totally justified in stripping them of their rights because they're violent. That's what dictators, that's what fascists do. And that's not how you beat them. That's not how you beat them. So this is not good. We should not be doing things this way. If you are out there and you think we need to turn to violence, no. Use violence in response to violence. This is what we saw. This is what we saw in the Revolutionary War. We did not start being violent until the Crown started using troops against us. We didn't start fighting back. We didn't start using violence until they did. Do not use violence yet. We gotta stop. We can't do that. Not okay. Not okay. So yeah, I'll be looking out for updates on that story and bring them to you as it comes. But yeah, not good. In lighter news, though, related to this subject, still, Congress's village idiot. Oh, where'd it go? Was there a term? What? We're missing what? All right, hold on here. All right, excuse me. Doing it live, people. We're doing it live. Where did this go? I had something pulled up here, and it does not. Let's see here. Bookmarks. Somehow this tab got closed, and I want to look at it. All right, here we go. Let's bring this back up now. Boom. All right. So, Congress's idiot, Representative Swalwell, the Honorable Representative Swalwell. You remember the guy who got caught sleeping with Chinese spies? Yeah, that guy. He's apparently still in office. What are we doing? These are the people we're electing? Come on. Anyway, consider this. The FBI didn't broadcast they shared Trump's home. They searched Trump's home. They didn't even send agents in FBI jackets. The only reason we know it happened is because Trump told us. The FBI didn't embarrass Trump. The guy who publicized it should be the one who shows the warrant. What? So as long as the government doesn't make a big deal about it, they don't need to be transparent. As long as the government isn't the one telling everyone that what they're doing, the government shouldn't have to tell anyone. What? What kind of moron? I read this yesterday and I couldn't help but laugh. I laughed for like a good 5 minutes straight. I mean, like, have you read the Constitution at all? Our government is supposed to be transparent. And since when did the person being chased and pursued by the government, since when were they responsible for showing why the government's chasing them? That's ridiculous! What a freaking moron! What a freaking moron! Oh my gosh! Okay guys, it's time we all admit we're not sending our brightest to Congress. Alright? We're not sending our brightest. They're not the best and brightest. This is freaking ridiculous. What a moron. Oh, and some of the stuff. So he's getting pretty torched for this. Now, granted, here's the scary thing, okay? 128,000 likes? 128,000 likes? What? That's just... People, come on. It's the government's job. It's the government's responsibility to show us what it's doing. It's always the government's job. It is not our job to show why the government is hurting us. That's ridiculous. What a moron. People are stupid. Man. It's stuff like this that I'm just like, good Lord. Let's all just hang it up. Let's burn it all. Let's hang it up. We're done. Just let the tyrants take over, because oh my gosh. Come on, people. Come on. What a moron. What a moron. Anyway. Yes, the major makes your move. Anyway. Moving along again. Oh man, that's a fun laugh. And another really awesome thing. Really awesome thing here. Texas. Buses taking migrants to NYC sets off firestorm from Dems. Abbott tells them to take it up with Biden. Ha ha ha! So, for those of you who don't know, Texas, Governor Abbott of Texas has decided, well, since the feds aren't going to secure the border, let's make all the illegal immigrants their problem, and has been busing illegal immigrants from Texas to sanctuary cities. It's freaking brilliant. Freaking brilliant. Buses carrying migrants from Texas to New York at the direction of Texas Governor Greg Abbott has set off a firestorm of condemnation from Democratic leaders. To the Republican governor of the lone state, the Northeast Democrats should call on President Biden to secure the border and remedy the immigration crisis. Yeah. Because if you don't have borders, you don't have a country. And if you're not securing your borders, you're not securing your country. And it's literally one of the federal government's only legitimate jobs to secure the border, to make sure that we're safe from foreign invasion. Now, this isn't a military invasion. These people aren't an organized military. But they're invading. They're coming across the border illegally en masse. Huge numbers of immigrants, illegal immigrants, coming over the border just whenever they want. And people are dying for it because it's not a great place to be. We are enabling human trafficking by not securing our border. It's nuts. This is horrific when you think about it, what the government is doing. New York City Mayor Eric Adams said Sunday when he met with immigrants getting off the bus from Texas. It's horrific. This was the second bus of immigrants to reach New York since Friday, and Adams slammed Abbott for the move, arguing some of the migrants on the bus wanted to go to destinations other than New York, but were not allowed. They wanted to go to other destinations. Did they not get what they want? Poor widow of immigrants. Conservative leaders in red states along the border had threatened sending some of the record number of migrants that have come to the U.S. since Biden took office to liberal cities located far from the border. I think this is brilliant. This is brilliant. Because the Republicans are saying, like, look, we want to fix the problem. And the Democrats don't seem to care. So, okay, if you're not going to care about it until it's your problem, let's start making it your problem. You want to be sanctuary cities? Congratulations. We'll let you be sanctuary cities. You want to be a sanctuary state? Sure. Just we'll make you a sanctuary state. We're not. So you want to give these people sanctuary. So we'll let you give them sanctuary. Oh my gosh. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant move. President Biden and his administration have willingly surrendered the United States southern border to dangerous criminal cartels. with no thought given to the South Texas border communities like McAllen and Del Rio, which are running low on resources from dealing with the massive influx of illegal immigrants. Senator Ted Cruz said last year while introducing a bill that would relocate migrants from South Texas to ports of entry in liberal cities such as Palo Alto, California, and vacation hotspots like Martha's Vineyard. This is exactly what we should be doing. Make it the Democrats' problem, because we're willing to fix it. We're willing to fix it. So they need some convincing. So let's make it their problem. I think that's friggin' brilliant. Just brilliant. This is what we should be doing. Just freaking brilliant. Oh, error is YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. That's probably because I have a crappy computer. Open widget. What does this mean? Error. What? 6:23 a.m. Oh, interesting. What time is it? Oh, dang. That was forever ago. Well, whatever. The show must go on. Okay. Let's see. Moving on. Abbott's office hit back at Adams' comment that it was horrific the governor was sending buses of migrants to New York, telling him to take the matter up with the president and call for strengthened border policies. 100%. 100%. Hey, make it their problem. I think this is freaking brilliant. I love it. Oh, man. That's good news. Yep. Oh, man. Way to go, Governor Abbott. Way to go. Texas, they know how to run a state. They know how to run a state. Oh, New York reps Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and this other person have also sounded off on the matter, writing a letter to Department of Homeland Security Chief Alejandro Mayorkas, decrying reports that some migrants have reached New York and are showing up with bogus paperwork. What? Bogus paperwork? What does that mean? The New York Democrats told Mayorkas that migrants are dealt official Department of Homeland Security documentation with destination addresses where they could not receive shelter, and called on the DHS chief to ensure migrants are given proper documentation. They said the lack of proper paperwork risks migrants missing asylum appointments due as other important documents would be mailed to the wrong addresses. NBC New York reported. Huh? Wow. Our government sucks at dealing with paperwork? What? I'm shocked. In one case currently under immigration investigation, an immigration officer reportedly gave a migrant paperwork with a fake address and phone number and signed it with what NBC New York reported was a hand-drawn emoji with a tongue sticking out. ICE said in a statement to NBC New York that it takes allegations of inappropriate behavior very seriously, and that any allegations of inappropriate behavior is appropriately investigated. It's chaos at the border, people. No one knows what's going on there. We have no idea who's coming into our nation. None whatsoever. We're just letting people come on across. Just come on across. Hey, peace out, Mike. Glad you stopped by. It was good to see you. Let me know what you think, man. Let me know if you like the live show, because if it is, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a blast. This is a lot of fun. So, if you're enjoying it, though, I could see it happening more often. Anyway, thanks. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. So, chaos at the border, people. It's chaos. Things are pretty nuts. So anyway, last story for the day, I think. So this is an older story, but interesting. Eric Schmidt, the Missouri Attorney General, last month in July, sent a letter to the FBI Director Christopher Wray because he heard about something that was going to happen and wasn't super happy about it. So from the AG's office in Missouri, Missouri Attorney General condemns FBI's illegal attempts to harvest concealed carry permit information from Missouri sheriffs. Government overreach? What? Today, Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt sent a letter to FBI Director Chris Wray demanding that they cease their attempts to illegally obtain information from local sheriffs on Missourians who have concealed carry permits. Missouri law specifically prohibits the sharing of information on concealed carry permits holders to any entity, local, state, or federal, or otherwise. So, I've got a list. I've got an actual copy. We've got an actual copy of the letter here, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. So, just the first paragraph is all we're going to read right now. It has come to my attention that the Federal Bureau of Investigations has informed several Missouri county sheriffs that they will be showing up in August to audit CCW permit holder records. The FBI states the audit includes an on-site review of your concealed carry weapon permits. Let me be perfectly clear. Allowing federal agents from the FBI to have access to records of Missourians who have a permit to carry a concealed weapon violates Missouri law and infringes on our Second Amendment rights. That's 100% true. So, an AG standing up to the feds like he should. This is good news. This is what we need. We need our local representatives, our local people, to start standing up to the feds. The federal government was created by the states, not the other way around. We need to be holding our federal government accountable. Here's another great part. Here are a few examples of how the Biden administration and liberal deep staters within the FBI have severely tarnished the reputation of this once respected agency. You famously targeted parents of school children who showed up to express their concerns at school board meetings. Unbelievably, somehow this was done as an alleged violation of the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act. In addition to targeting parents, your agency has targeted conservatives, most famously the witch hunt against President Trump and his team, James Comey, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, and others endlessly investigated fake allegations fabricated by the Hillary Clinton campaign and Democratic operatives. Yet while it persecutes conservatives, the FBI turns a blind eye to Democrats. The FBI explicitly cleared Hillary Clinton of wrongdoing and has been sitting on evidence of criminal activity on Hunter Biden's laptop for years. Yes, 100% yes. Now, the FBI put out a response to this letter, which said, pretty simply, the FBI's Criminal Justice Information Services Division hosts the largest collection of criminal justice information shared by the nation's law enforcement and criminal justice communities. The information falls under the oversight of the CJIS Advisory Policy Board, or APB, which is comprised of representatives from state, local, tribal, and federal law enforcement agencies. The board sets policy for security and acceptable use of this information and has assigned the FBI responsibility for ensuring compliance through the routine auditing program of all participating agencies, which has been in place for years. As part of a planned Missouri audit, a small sampling of sample transactions is to be inspected for compliance and to ensure there is no misuse of the CJIS systems. At no point would auditors require access to lists which as state-approved such as state-approved concealed carry holders, nor would CJIS retain information beyond what is necessary to address specific compliance concern. Missouri has been through this routine audit multiple times, most recently in 2018. Okay, so the feds are saying, well, listen, we aren't actually looking for your concealed carry permit holders. We don't need that information. That's great. That's great. But let's just face it. You just raided, now this hadn't happened at this point, but you just raided the President of the United States. Unnecessarily so, according to Trump. Unnecessary. So yeah, we don't really trust the FBI at this point. We don't trust the FBI because they're a politicized weapon of the DOJ. 100%. They have to be. The FBI is out of control. This is clear. So, yeah. It's nuts, people. It's nuts. Well, I think that's going to be the show for today. Thanks for showing up, Mike. It was good to see you. If you're watching this video afterwards, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Please hit that like, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for when I release new content. I'd appreciate it. Thanks again, everyone, for coming by. Hope you enjoyed the show. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Peace.